Praise the Lord. Well, hello, everyone, and it's Tuesday. Welcome to Best Love. Hope you're here today. It's Tuesday. Thank you all for joining. I'm here to give you your Tuesday goodness, your Tuesday greatness, your Tuesday time to step away from the work week and what's going on in the world for us to have a conversation. So I'm glad you're all here today. Sorry for the late start. Our cameras, they were like, not today. Literally, they're like, not today. Like, I know y'all gotta go live, but not today. Not today. Then we finally got one working. The other one's like, nope, we're not doing this today. Then we finally got the other one working. Then it stopped working. And the other one's like, I'm not doing it either. Since he's not working, I say, y'all bold with each other today, right? Yeah. But we got one going, and that's all we need, right? So we're here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, hey, you know what I need for you to do for me? For those of you that are there on YouTube, I need you all to go ahead and like, subscribe to Best Love Whole page, and hey, and share it. Go ahead and share it on your own page right there on YouTube. Someone might be passing by and be like, hey, what's happening there? And for those of you there that are on Facebook, go ahead and show me some love. And don't forget to click the follow. Thank you for those of you that's been so diligent in doing it. I appreciate the likes, the loves, and the shares, and the following. Thank you all for the follows, and thank you all for the subscription on YouTube. And hey, don't forget to go ahead and give me a nice old thank you. Let me subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Let me follow on Facebook. Thank you. And thank you all for your comments that you all have been doing so far, right? So hey, we're gonna have our conversation today. It is Tuesday, and y'all, not only is it Tuesday, it is going into fall. So there's a lot of excitement going on, right? There's a lot of excitement going on. Promise Loretta, happy and chipper. Yes, there's a lot of excitement that's going on because we are getting into the fall season. So then that heat is leaving, and I can finally breathe a little bit of cool air. So I'm excited about that, right? I'm excited about that. But hey, let's go on with our conversation today. You know, when I was little, I'm sure many of you can say the same thing too. When you were little, the first time you experienced a shadow, right? You're out on the street, or you're out in the yard or somewhere, and you're walking, and then you see something like behind you, or something on your right, or something on your left, or the most scariest one is when it's in front of you, and you're walking and you say, what is this happening, Prophetess Diaz? What is this I see here? And you don't know that what it is, but all you know is that there's something there that while you're walking, it's coming with you. So you try to hide from it, you try to run from it because you're like, oh, this is scary, Prophet All. You're like, I'm not about this kind of life, Prophet Shrees, I'm not doing it. And then you come to realize that as you're screaming, you know, most of you may have been like, that was me. What the world? What's happening here? What's going on here? What is, you know, and your parents are like, that's just your shadow. That's just your shadow. You can't run from it. It's your shadow. Stop. Relax. Calm down. Remember the first time the kids they came in contact with their shadow on the road, and they were like running, and like, and I'm like, calm down. It's just your shadow. It's not gonna hurt you. It's okay. It's just you in a shadowy form. Relax, right? But you can't help but try to run from it. You can't help but trying to move away yourself from it, right? So today our conversation will be about running from your shadow, right? Running from your shadow. When you're dealing with running from your shadow, what are you running from? What is the shadow that keeps following you? Now, just only talking about that shadow that you see when you're walking. I'm talking about other shadows. What is the shadow you see that keeps following you? Because shadows are always there. That's something we need to always put in the back of our mind. Shadows are always there, and it shows up at a certain time of the day. You know that, right? It shows up at a certain time of the day when the sun is at a certain angle. It allows the shadow to shine forth. Mother P here in our house, we have three different doors, three different door sections. We have a front door, we have a back door, we have a side door. So Mother P in the morning, she gets up, she likes to go outside, and she likes to be at the side door, right?
The back door.
That's the back door. See, now I don't even know which door is door. We just go through the door, right? Mother P likes to be at the back door, right? Because the back door is closer to the kitchen. So she'll sit out there, she'll hang out. Because why? Because the sun is not there. So it had a nice shade going on. She gets the shadow there and so forth. So it's nice. And then a certain time of the day, she moves to the side door. Because now there's no the shadows move there. So you have sometimes you it doesn't matter what you do, shadows are there. Shadows are there because at a certain time of the day when the sun moves and the angle hits, it pushes the shadow, right, Papa Sharice? It pushes the shadow. So it makes it like, oh, okay, wow, look at this. Okay, now we'll see some shadow. But again, what shadows are following you? What are they that are following you? I realize I begin, I think I get shorter as the time go by because I'm like, oh, I'm getting shorter. My feet can't even touch the ground right now. And this is not even a high chair. It's sad, right? But anyway, but what shadows are following you, right? Is it the shadow of your past mistakes? Barbara, so stop getting ahead of me. Is it the shadows of your past mistakes that are following you, right? Those things that you regret, that you've done and you regret them. Those are shadows of past mistakes, that just keeps following you, that you just can't seem to leave it behind. No matter how, you just like, oh, I just want to leave these memories behind. I want to leave these things behind. And something that's really sad is those people who have a criminal record, they come out, that's a shadow, that'll follow them. That's following them, no matter where they go, because one of the main things they used to ask, I don't know about now, the situation, what happened, blah, 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 blah. But, one of the things they ask you, do you have a criminal record? And then they run your record to see if you are a criminal. That's a shadow. That's a shadow that follows you around. And even back in the days, back in when I was in my younger days, this used to be a big thing, whether someone got a GED or they got a high school diploma. Those are shadows. They would, if you're going in for a job, they will pick the person with a high school diploma rather than the person with a GED. Back in my days, right? Quicker. Because what? Because the shadow of a GED is like you're a dropout. You can cut the full work of high school, so you went to get a GED. And the shadow of a high school diploma is, hey, you completed, you went through it, you did it, you didn't fail, you didn't falter, and you came through it. So what? So these are all shadows, right? Past mistakes, past things you have done that you try to leave behind you that are shadow. Or is it the shadow of your current habit or habits? What shadows or shadows are you running from? Is it a shadow of a current habit? The thing that you shouldn't do, but it's still there, and you still do it. Current habits, Prophet Sky. Right? What are the shadows? What are those things that keeps following you? What I shouldn't do, man. I know I shouldn't curse, but they got on my nerves. I just gotta let it out, right? I know I shouldn't drink, but you know what? I'm stressed today. It's a lot going on. I just need a sip today because I need something to ease me, to soothe my sorrow. So what is it? Is it a current habit or habits that you're trying your best not to do? It's a shadow. Or is it even just yourself? You can be your own shadow naturally. Like I said, as your kid, you're outside and you're walking. What is it? The shadow is you. You are the shadow. You are your worst enemy, right? You are not the millionaire. Sorry for those of you who's trying to be a billionaire with the what is it? What was it? The
Powerball.
The Powerball. I'm sorry. You are not the billionaire, right? It's just shadows. The shadows that are there following you. The natural, not so good part of you that you choose not to change. That's you. The shadow, that's you. That natural good part of you that you choose not to change. You know you're a liar, but you just like, listen, I just gotta lie. That's just in me. I'm just a liar. So what? So what? I'm a liar. Sometimes I hear ignorant people will say stupid things like that, right? Like, yes, I'm a liar. So what? I'm a liar. Oh, that makes no sense to me. So what? You're a liar. Change your lying ways. So what? I'm deceitful. So what? I'm a deceiver. Okay, Jacob. Okay. Change your deceiving ways. Those are shadows of yourself, right? That keeps following you. That keeps coming with you. You're not an honest person. You know the people I love. I'm a giver. That's a shadow. You're a liar. It's a shadow. And sometimes we project shadows of things that are really not there. Like you scared of your own shadow, but it's like, hey, it's yourself. Why are you scared of yourself? Why are you scared of yourself? It's your own shadow. You know something, when I was younger that used to be a little scary part of the sky is when you turn off the lights. I'm gonna turn off the lights. What that thing called, the little candle thing what was the thing? The jug. We used to call it a jug lamp, or jug light. Anyway, that we used to put you put the gas in, the oil in, and then you light it, and then you could just turn it high or low. We turn it high or low. So sometimes when it's really dark, Mother P, she'll turn it down a little bit, right? And when you turn those little jug lamp down a little bit, it illuminates. It gives like shines a little bit. And what happened? And then peradventure, you may have your little dresser that's there. And what happened? Because that jug lamp is illuminates a little bit. It's not a full light, but a little light, and that dresser's there. That dresser now will shine forth his shadow, looking like a big old monster in your room. And man, I'm like, oh, what happened? Pull that blanket off my head. I'm not playing that right now. So what? There's always shadows around, right? And sometimes, again, it can be your own shadow, that naturally not so good self of you that you just refuse to change. And people say, well, this is just who I am. Oh my gosh, this people talk about trigger words. Those things just trigger me out. This trigger me out. My truth, and that's just who I am. Those two people say that, it's like, oh my gosh. My love. That's just who I am. Well, if someone is telling you something about yourself, and they're saying it in good content, they're saying it in a good way, like, listen, hey, you know what, you always just so mean. Why do you always just keep saying negative things? Can you just be positive today? Well, that's just who I am. Oh, that's a shadow. Come on now, bring that back. That's not just who you are. You can change that. You can work on that. You can fix that. But you know what? You're running from the good that's trying to embrace you, and just keep collapsing into the bad of who you are. I'll say that again, because that was nice. You're running from the good that's trying to embrace you, and you keep collapsing into the bad of who you are, or who you say you are, because that's just who I am. That's just who I am. I don't care what they say. That's just who I am. Oh my God. It could be negative and positive in the same sense, but we're talking about the shadow of yourself. So we all have shadows. If you don't have a shadow, baby, I got bad news for you. You dead. Baby, you dead. Because we all have a shadow. If you don't have a shadow, you're a ghost. You dead. Even like I said before, even that dresser that's there, when you turn down the candle a little bit and it illuminates, even the dresser have a shadow. So if there's no shadow coming out of you, you're not a living person, and that's sad. You need to realize that you're dead, and you need to just go ahead and just go where you got to go, right? But we all have a shadow. So what is shadow? Shadow is an area of darkness caused by light being blocked by something. It's an area of darkness caused by light being blocked by something. So again, when you're a little kid and you're walking that area of light, you're now blocking the light and you're projecting a shadow. You are the area that's blocking the light. Right? Sometimes you are the hindrance. You are the shadow. Like I said before, you are the hindrance. You are the hindrance for the good that God wants to give in your life, because you're the shadow that's blocking it. You are the hindrance of progression of your own self, because you are that shadow that's blocking you of being great, of being better, of being good, right? Of achieving great goals. You are the shadow. But we have to identify what is that shadow, right? And why are you running from it? Why do we run from it? You can't run from it because it's always there, right? So remember, a shadow is something that's dark, right? It's something that's dark. So, but we can have good shadows. I don't want to make you feel like everything is just bad. That's what I mean by shadows. We can have good shadows. What's a good shadow? A good shadow brings shade. It brings shade. Like I tell you, Mother P, when she gets up and she's Mother P likes to get up early. She like to get up early if it's her day to cook. She like to get up early. She gotta cook early. Y'all know me. My day to cook. I cook when I'm hungry. I'm not cooking at 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm hungry at 1 o'clock. No, if I'm hungry at 1 o'clock, I'm cooking at 1 o'clock because I want to eat the food right when it finished right there. But Mother B, she get up early, so she'll go out to the back door and she'll sit there because what? Because there's shade there. There's shade there at that time in the morning. And then after she finished cooking, maybe it's around if it's around 11 or 12, she moved to the side door because now the sun is at the back door, but they shade on the side door. And that shade over there lasts all day because we have trees at the side. So it lasts all day. So Mother P would sit, Sister Lexi, where the shadows at. So what is so good about shadow? It brings shade. It brings you some shade. You ever been out in the sun? You're walking in the sun. At least when we were in summertime and it's so hot. You're walking in the sun, especially let's say if I'm walking in Brooklyn. So I'm out in Brooklyn and I'm walking and I'm running from a store to the next store and it's hot, like the sun is just beaming on you. What I try to do, I try to run under the shade. Those people, those stores that have an awning, I try to run under that. Why? Because I'm trying to cover myself from the heat, try to cover myself from the sun. So a shadow brings shade. It brings shade. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? That it brings shade. Shadow tells you when a storm is coming. The good thing about a shadow, it brings shades, and then it tells you when a storm is coming, right? I remember when we got in with little kids and Mother P, we hang up the clothes on the line, and then all we gotta do is look out, and you see that little shade, that little shadow there, and you say, "Oh boy, rain is coming." Mother P said, "Take the clothes off the line." So you see us, we're running to the backyard, sideline, perhaps wherever the clothes is hung, so we can get it before the rain comes. But so the shadow there, right? The shadow there is telling us that, hey, rain is coming. Get yourself together, grab those clothes off the line. So the good thing about a shadow, again, is that it brings shade and that it tells you that when the rain is coming. It tells you when the storm or when the rain is coming. You see the cloud begin to change and it brings that shadow. And you say, uh-oh. You look at it, oh boy, like these last couple of days, those of you in New York, you look at it and you say, oh, man, something blocking that sun. Something blocking that sun. Oh, there's a storm coming through. Mother P's always like, get the cushion from her side door because she have two lovely chairs. You sit there around. And I always have to tell Mother P, they're outside cushions, so it's okay. They can withstand the rain. No, get the cushions. You see that? You see the rain cloud is coming. Why? Because she's noticing that there's shadows, right? So she's trying to run. She's trying to run to catch the cushion, run from that shadow, trying to run to catch those cushions before the storm come and hit. So the good thing about shadow again is that when it tells you the storm is coming or when it gives you that shade, it brings you a form of protection, right? It brings you a form of protection. Look at what Psalms 121:5 says here in the 1599 Genevieve Bible. It says, "The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shadow at thy right hand." King James said, "The Lord is thy shade." Right? But the 1599 Genevieve said, "The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shadow at thy right hand." So in that wonderful thing that in the midst of you trying to run from your shadow, you're realizing, hey, God there is being a. We're not preaching here today. We're just talking. So we're not gonna get into preaching mode, right? Right, Apostle? That's the worst person I'm talking
Preach if you have to, girl.
See, we'll tell you that's the worst person. That's the worst person that I can give access to, right? But here, let's continue our conversation, right? So we see David here says, he said, "The Lord is a shadow at thy right hand." So what is that? So meaning that when that storm comes, we're not gonna preach, but I'm gonna say it. When that storm comes, when that trial comes, when it feels like, oh no, this is begin too much, and you trying to run from that shadow, you trying to run from that shade of protection. No, it's the Lord there. Oh, that's a good thing about a shadow. Come on, somebody clap your hands, right? That's a good thing about a shadow is that the Lord brings the protection. He's the shadow sometimes. He's the shadow. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It brings shades, it brings protection. Know that the Lord is the one that's there, that's covering you, Prophet Sharice, right? So the Lord is the shade, the Lord is the shadow. So those are good things about shadow. So, and shadow, again, thank you, Prophet Guy. Keep clapping on him. Again, shadows can be good, but also shadows can be bad. Shadow can be bad. Right, Sister Lexi? Shadows can be bad. Look at what Psalms 23 and verse 4 says. Psalms 23 and verse 4 says, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thou comfortest me. What does David say? I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So here's where shadow can be bad. Shadow is good because it brings you shade, it gives you protection, it helps you. Yeah, God's there, isn't it? But again, it can be bad. Because what? Because why is it bad? Because death has a shadow to it. Oh, Jesus. Anybody trying to hear about that, right?
Anybody
right? Death brings a shadow. David tells us, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So in the good section of it, it gives us shades, it gives us protection. It tells us when a storm is coming. It could be God in it. In the bad section of it, David tells us here that it's a valley of death. Oh man, isn't that something? Isn't that something? Again, we're not preaching. We're just trying to have a conversation. I'm talking to you like if I'll be talking to a pastor right now, because I can't just throw a little something there, possibly like, yeah, and then she get a whole sermon. I'm like, wait. I just wanted to say one thing and walk away. I'm not trying to stand here with you for 45 minutes for you to give me the whole sermon. You're not doing that. You're not doing that, man. So again, the bad things about the shadow is that it shows death. I hear stories of people who they'll tell you when they're laying on their deathbed, or when they feel like death is coming to them, or family members that's there and they're watching, and they'll say, oh, there was like a shadow that came over. Isn't that something? Oh, there's like a shadow that comes over, or what? Or even like if you're walking and you feel, we're gonna get off this real quick, and you feel like there's a presence, and you're like, ooh, and then you're looking like, oh, it's like a shadowy something, right? So this not look too good. Why? Because shadows bring death. The bad part about it. So why are some shadows bad? Why are some shadows bad? Because look, you are praying for something and trusting God for something, but there are shadows of people praying against what you are trusting and believing God for. Isn't that something? Think about it. Those are shadows. You're praying for something. You say, oh, I know God's going to do it. But then there's someone there. There's a shadow there. Behind you. Over you. The right, the left, in front of you. That's praying against what you're praying for. Oh, that's just not good. Right? Why are shadows bad? When you have a vision and a dream, and you told it to your friend for support, but they shadow hoping that you will fail. Why is shadow bad? You have a vision, you have a dream, Prophet Sharice, you have a goal, you have something that you want to achieve, and you told it to one of your friends, and what they do? She's not going to achieve that. That's a shadow. That is a shadow that you're trying to run from it, right? Some of you don't try to run hard enough. Block them. Block them and let them go, right? But those are shadow, because I was watching something the other day, listening to somebody, and somebody said, you know what? It was a movie, and then the man said to his wife, you just talk too much. You tell everybody your business. I said, you sound like a black man. How about you tell me? Yeah. Like an Asian man. So you just talk too much. You tell everybody your business, and that's a shadow. You just talk too much. Shut your mouth. That's what I like to tell the kids. When they want to come in and want to defend themselves, just shut your mouth. Sometimes you just got to shut your mouth. Don't even try to defend yourself. Sometimes you just got to block some people. Shut them out. Leave them alone. Don't tell everybody your business. Why? Because those same people you tell your business to can be your shadow. That mean you no good. That don't want you to achieve your goal. That don't want you to accomplish your goal. We talk a lot about these. About these prayer partners. Who touch and agree with me? Not our prayer partner. Our prayer partners on 1-888-411-8904 are amazing. They touch and agree with faith and make sure they tap in for what you have in store, what you want God to do for them. But there's some prayer partners that you have that you're praying with them. You're like, oh yeah, let's intercede. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Prophet God, yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And they're over there like, yeah, girl, it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen. As soon as they get off the phone, I don't know what she's talking about. God, you're not gonna do that. I know, God, you're not gonna do that. I know. What? These are shadows. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know they have the saying, you move in silence. Do it. Move in silence. Wait until you accomplish. Wait until you accomplish. Be like, yeah, I've been working on this for like 5 years. And he didn't tell me 5 years. I thought we were friends. We are friends, but I know you. I always say, you know those people that have a lot of friends and they'll come tell you about their friends. I'm always like, so I can't tell you nothing because if you're telling me about your friend, right? And I'm supposed to be your friend. And I'm telling you, you're going to tell my business to your friend that's supposed to be your friend if you're telling me her business. Watch that, shut your mouth, right? So these are the other shadows. You put in for a promotion, but your coworker go behind your back and scandalize your name to the supervisor. Your coworker is a shadow, man. But we run from it. We run. I said this before. I'm not confrontational, Prophet Sharice, right? I'm not confrontational. But if need be, if you have to address something, Prophet's Guy, you got to do it. Right? If you got to tell someone, hey, I heard you said this. Is it true? Bring that person. What? Tell me what you said she said about me. There we go. So we can squash it. Because what? Because that can become a shadow. Right? That can become a shadow because that person can just keep going around, keep saying these things, keep doing these things, and all of a sudden what happened? Now your name is scandalized. And it's hard to come back from a scandalized name. You know what I'm saying? It is very hard to come back from when someone scandalized your name. It is. And that's a shadow. That's a shadow, Prophetess Guy. That's a shadow, right? So you envision this is what your best life would be. But there are shadows behind those visions determining that it wouldn't succeed. In life, we all set goals. If you don't set goals, you should set a goal. You set goals. You said, goal. This is what I want to achieve. This is what will happen. You envision this. You envision this is how it's going to be, Sister Lexi. You envision this is how it's going to accomplish. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to think. And you're just envisioning these things. You're determined that it's going to be good. But what? There's a shadow behind that's lurking, that's saying it's not going to happen. You're not going to accomplish it. What are those shadows? Why do you think marriages fail? Tell me why do you think marriages fail? Because there's shadows there. There's shadows there that's wanting your marriage to fail. Why do you think some ministry fail? Because there's shadows in that ministry. There's some people there that mean no good. They just want to pull down the ministry, want to tear down the ministry. And you know what? And then the people that's in there, they're like, oh, I know the pastors at fault. I know that bishop is at fault, that apostle's at fault, that pastor's at fault. No, it's not them. Sometimes it's not them. Sometimes it's just the people in there that are shadows that's trying to tear the ministry down from the inside. Right? Same with your marriage. You're telling your friend, oh yeah, he didn't come home. He came home 30 minutes late. And he didn't come home 30 minutes. Something's off. Girl, I'm telling you, he cheating on you. I know he cheating on you. Girl, it was an accident that got him stuck in traffic for 30 minutes. But you over there talking about he cheating, telling your friend, and she's like, yeah, I know he is. I'm telling you, he no good. What is that? That's the shadow in your marriage. That same person in your church that just want to go and just talk about everybody. Everybody jealous of them. Talk about everybody in your ministry that's trying to pull down the church from the inside out. That's a shadow. That is a shadow. So this is why shadows can be bad and running against you so that you won't progress. Yes, Prophet Loretta. Demonic shadow tear down your life. That is absolutely true, Prophet Loretta. Demonic shadows tear down your life. It's in there. It just want to suck you and want to pull you down from the inside. You're trying to succeed, right? But here, your marriage is failing because of the inside shadow. And it's not the outside. Not the outside, you stand outside and wait for that shade. No, it's inside shadow. The church failed because of the inside shadow, right? Even you failed. Why do you think you failed at some things? Because of the inside shadow, Sister Lexi. Because of that inside shadow, because of those people, again, shut your mouth. Because of those people you tell your business to. And not only that, and because of those people that you listen to, that you have in your ear gates. That's why you have to protect our ear gates, our eye gates, our lip gates, even our nose gates, the things we smell. We gotta protect these things. So those are shadows of things, of people that are in there that are just trying to say negative things in your ears. And I always talk about this. So I don't like people talking about negative things. Don't come talk about someone to me. Don't tell me something negative. Why? Because it'll get in my ears, and then it get in your spirit, and then we see that person, bam. And you're like, oh no, I didn't think that about it. Well, yes, we see that person. You're thinking what that person said. Why? Because what you listen to go in, that shadow goes in, and it develops a spirit, right? A spirit of annoyance, a spirit of hatred. Same thing. Those shadows are the things that you speak, and then you're talking. You know, our words have power, and you're talking, you're throwing shadows at somebody. What happened? Everything you say is just spewing out, and it just forms something. It forms a shadow of destruction. Right, Marcelle? So we have to be careful again of this is why sometimes we fail in our own self. Again, because we have shadows. We have shadows that's there. Prophetess Joy said, shut your mouth. That's right. Gotta shut your mouth. That's it, Prophetess. You have to shut your mouth. Why? Why? These things fail and these things happen because of these shadows. Because they are shadows, they're following you, lurking around the corner, not wanting you to win. Always remember that. There's always something there waiting for you. Don't want you to win. Apostle was preaching on Sunday about your enemies, right? And I put up and I said, you know, one of a sister said to me, he's like, oh man, Pastor, you don't have no enemies. And I said, you'll be surprised. You might even be my enemy. Because what? Because it is there, it is lurking. It is in the background, waiting, wanting for you not to succeed. Right? So shadow follows you. So remember that. Shadow follows you.
My God.
So what is following you? What is following you? What are those shadows that are following you? That's trying to make sure that you do not succeed. And you know what? And we can think all things are good and great. And some of us have some nasty shadows. Some of us have some nasty shadows. Some of us have. Pastor, now you don't fix that microphone, and I was saying some good stuff. I'm gonna tell your mother. I'm gonna tell Mother P at a party. I'm gonna tell Mother P and Mother Pop. Now you guys can hear me better, all right? Yeah, I'm gonna tell Apostle Mother P, right? So be careful. Keep your opinion to yourself is not what. That's right, Robert. Sometimes we just have to keep our opinions to ourselves. You have to watch the shadows that are following you. Some are good and some are bad. Most are just there so that you will not make it to your destiny. You have to watch the shadows that are following you. Prophetess Guy, some are good and some are bad. And most of it are there to make sure you do not make it to your destiny. Watch those shadows, whether it be you or whether it be those around you. Watch them. Because it's not always good. Yes, shadow. Remember, shadow is there to give you some shade. Is there to let you know the storm is coming. But then again, is there with death behind it. Oh, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful of that, Sister Lexi. But sometimes you run from it. So don't run from the shadow. Face it. That's what I got for you. Don't run from the shadow. Face it. Face it. Face it. I remember I told the story. I'm gonna tell it again. When I was younger. And I was in junior high this time. And you know, you leave. I left elementary school as the bad chick, man. I would listen. The pastor tell you all the time I was bad. I left elementary school with reputation. Don't mess with Marcelle. So you go to junior high now, and now you're meeting. It's not the same people you have that you had in your elementary school, unless you go to a junior high in your elementary school in your neighborhood with the same junior high in the neighborhood. So then you encounter some of the same people. But my elementary school, Prophet Loretta, was over there. I went to PS 207 over there by Marine Park side, right? And my junior high was right over there at East Flatbush on Veronica Place and Albemarle Road, right? And I went up there, IS 240, IX 246. Yes, Walt Whitman. I went to. So now we're moving, Sister Lexi, onto a different grade, different set of people. In elementary school, it's predominantly white. Now junior high, I'm getting with my people. I'm with my people around my neighborhood. So my peeps, right? So around my peeps, there's new people coming in from different elementary school. I remember I was a bad chick. I was sure it's fair. You fair me. So now we're going in junior high. So now there's other bad chicks there. So I tell you the story before and I say it again. So now in their rumor habit, this other girl said, "Oh, you think you bad? You think you bad? I'm badder than you. I'm badder than you." And she just started talking smack. And I'm not a smack talker, right? I don't. Let's save. Let's. I always like to say, let's save our breath. Let's just fight it out. Right? Back in the days. Now people don't fight it out. They pull out a knife and they want to pull out guns. Back in the days, let's just fight it out. Right? This is foolishness, right? So here we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ooh, I'm walking my own self up in a sweat, right? So back in the days, we go into the elementary school and the girls like, "Oh, you think you bad? I'm better than you." Blah, 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 blah. So we go forward with this, and so word have it that she wants to fight me to squash this because she wants to be the baddest chick. Y'all, we just don't make no sense. We in the 6th grade and we want to be the baddest chick in the school. This don't make no sense. Who does that stuff, right? Oh yeah, I can't exactly. Don't make no sense. So she wanna fight it out. I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's fight it out. Let's do it. Let's get ready. So word have it, we're gonna do it after school. Now I just we in 6th grade, right? 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in their school. So word get out to the 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders that Marcelle and whatever her name was, they're gonna fight it out after school. I'm all for it. I'm ready. Let's squash it. So come outside, and I got my friends with me. Now my friends weren't like bad chicks. They're just like regular, regular. They were with me because I'm protecting them, right? Right. So anyway, so we're hanging out. We're coming out of school and we're walking and we're going. Probably all this, and we're walking, and she's behind me, right? And this is me. If I'm fighting, I'm not throwing the first punch. I want you to throw the first punch. Because if I go to Mother P and tell Mother P I start a fight, Mother P will tear me up. But if I go to Mother P and be like, they hit me first and I was defending myself, she's gonna say, okay, I understand. And one rule Mother P had: don't fight in school or fight in front of the teacher because you're disrespecting the teacher. They already got what they have. You want what they have. You want your degree. You want your education. So don't fight in front of the teacher. If you're gonna fight outside of school. So that's what the word got out. We're gonna fight outside of school. So we're walking, and she's behind me, and she's just saying what she's saying. She's talking her smack, and I'm walking with my friend, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for her to hit me. Just throw the first punch. Throw the first punch. I'm waiting. I was feeding for this fight. For those of you who had fighting days, Prophet Cherise, you just feeding for the fight, right? You're like, oh, I'm feeding for this fight. Come on. So I'm walking, and then people behind us, and they just, I possibly never experienced this, and they're excited, and they're just like, yeah, fight, come on, yeah. And everyone's like just instigating. And I'm walking, she walking behind me, waiting. So we get to my block where I live. Because we get right there. I go there, and my apartment's right there. Get to my block where I live. And this girl just walked me home. She didn't even live over there. She just walked me home. And nothing happened. And then we just look. As I turn the block, I look at her, and I just nod my head, and she nod her head. And I went inside. And the next day we go back to school. I think maybe it was a Friday we did that. So whenever we went back to school, we saw each other in the hallway, and we came to a mutual agreement. We just nod our head like, okay, this is your territory. This is my territory. Because her class was around the other side of the building. All my classes were on this. I think I was on the C side, and she was like on the B side or whatever. So now we became two bad chicks in one school in the 6th grade. But the interesting thing is that she was a shadow to me. She was following me like, yeah, man. And I'm waiting. And all I'm saying is, I don't care what happens. Should she hit me, she's going down on the floor. That's it. Like I'm taking her down. It's a wrap. They're taking her down, right? Taking her down. And mind you, she was known for her family to being in a gang. So everyone was like, yo, her cousin carry a gun. You got to be careful. I'm like, but I'm not fighting with her cousin. Her cousin like 20-something years old. I'm fighting with her. She like 10 years old. Me and her in this battle here. But that was a shadow, and I had to face it. We both faced it. She faced me, I faced her, and we just nod each other. So when we'll see each other, let's say we see each other in the cafeteria, she's on that side, I'm on this side, it's just a nod. Why? Because I faced my shadow. I wasn't running from my shadow. And you know what? And you know what's sad too, Prophet Cherise, that shadows can be taught, and we grow with it. Shadows can be taught, and we move with it and we live with it. I'll tell you another story. Then we finish because I'm on my last page, guys. When I was in elementary school, again, I said before, I was in a predominantly white elementary school, right? And I had and I had this guy named yeah, I promise reason before I tell her. So you're right. She was scared. She was scared. She was scared because listen, I had that like I'm just waiting for you. That's it. Your face. Plastic surgery wasn't big then, but she would have to get plastic surgery when I was finished, right? Anyway, so well, Pastor Rita, as security, I would have to break it up, take both of you to the dean. Pastor Rita, listen, I'm just glad you wasn't around when I was around because I would have probably had to tell you some choice words too. But I was, oh Lord Jesus, you know. But I know you have to do your job and And it's so funny, so interesting that they never like the guards didn't even like, hey, let's try to see what's going on. We see all these kids gathered together. Craziness, right? Crazy because things are different. They know, just fight it out. So anyway, so let's move on to another story. Then we're gonna finish. And in junior high, in elementary school, this guy, I never forget his name. His name was Paul. His name was Paul. He was in my third grade, my third, fourth. He was in all of my classes really, and his name was Paul. And he was in class. He would say hi, Marcelle, and I'm like, hi, Paul. I mean, we wouldn't have like great conversations, but we were cordial with each other in class. You know, trying to build a friendship here. You know, trying to be nice, cool to each other. We were in the Glee Club together, and Paul was the reason why I got kicked out of Glee Club. I'm getting mad thinking about how Paul did this to me. He told me, you know, we were in Glee Club together, and Paul would try to mess with you. You know, he's one of those persons. He had blonde, he had brown hair, and he had like a greenish kind of eyes. He was a handsome little kid, but he would try to mess with you, right? So we're in Glee Club together, and here comes Paul, and he's always like trying to put Marcelle, but I'm like, Paul, leave me alone. Then the Glee Club teacher's like, you both of you better stop and stop doing the nonsense. But Paul never stopped. But we were doing it as a friendly way. Right, we hanging out, we thinking in class together, in Glee Club together, in school together. But then, as you all know the story, Paul and I both got kicked out. We both got kicked out of Glee Club, right? But we're talking about running from the shadows, right? So Paul would be cool with me in class, and then outside of class, when I'll get ready to get on the bus, and we're at the bus, you know, we bad kids, we baby's kids. We're on the bus, and Paul lived around the neighborhood, so his mom will come pick him up to take him home. And we be at the bus and get the windows down, and you see kids from your class passing by, and I'll see Paul. I'm like, Paul, what's up, Paul? How you doing, Paul? I'm like, hey, Paul. And the first time I did that and said hi to Paul, his mom was with him, and his mom pulled him, and she whispered something to him, and Paul just kept looking straight. So Paul goes. So the next day in class, you know, Paul and I, we like to pick at each other in a fun way. Hey, Paul, whatever. Paul was like, don't talk to me, you. And I said, Sister Glover, I was like, what? Paul, you getting beside yourself. Now, preface this, you know, coming from Guyana, South America, you understand terminologies of prejudice, right? Because if you know the geographical climates and so forth of Guyana, you'll find that the population, the most dominant populations are the Indian in Guyana. The black people, we're a minority. So most of the places you go, you'll find the Indian. The schools you went to, you'll find the Indian. So you experienced it in a way, but it wasn't like it kind of in your face, but that was like null and void. But now here Paul is saying he's not talking to me, and he calling me the N-word. I won't tell you, but Paul went home with a bloody nose that day. I just let y'all know that much, right? But it's like, what is this about? We're in class. We say hi to each other. We in Glee Club. We got kicked out of Glee Club together because we keep doing stupid things. Because you keep acting like you got no sense, Paul. And we got kicked out. But here's what it is. Here's the point of the story. Paul's shadow, his mother, taught him prejudice. Because in class, Paul wanted to be cool with me. But the moment his mother found out this black girl was saying hi to Paul, being his friend, whatever she whispered to him when he came back to school the next day, Paul, I want to talk to the black people in the school. There was literally like 10 black people in that school. And Paul didn't want to talk to us. So what is that? Shadows can be taught. Now, you always hear these people talk about, oh, they prejudice. No, prejudice is taught. You are taught to not like someone because of the color of their skin, because their skin color is not like you. So Paul's shadow was taught to him by his mother. And that's something I hope and pray as Paul got older that he got a reality check. Like, hey, I can't be doing this. You in New York. I'm always cracking up like,
How you have racist people in New York? This don't make no sense to me. This is a melting pot. How you racist in New York? You better go to the South and do that nonsense, right? But there, it was taught to him, his shadow, to be prejudiced, to not interact with someone of a same skin color. Why? At such a young age. So again, shadows can be taught. So we have to face it. We have to face it. That's how I face Paul's shadow, by punching him in the face. Oh boy, I was not a good kid, right? Why? Because Apostle's laughing. Apostle's laughing because Apostle's not a fighter. Apostle was in high school. People making fun of her, and I'm going to the high school to beat the person for Apostle. And I'm in elementary school. I'm cutting school, junior high thing. I'm cutting school to go fight Apostle's battle. Right? I was Apostle's good shadow, right? You need a protector, got you there, right? So again, shadows are taught. So don't run. You have to face it. Don't run from the shadow. Face it. Face those things that are dormant, right? Face those things that have been taught to you in your life, right? As we learn about Nehemiah, and then when you hear about bringing finances into the storehouse, into the tabernacle, into the sanctuary, it's like, oh, but the church don't need. I always talk about money. But those are shadows that's taught to you, that finances and money and church is a bad thing. That's a shadow you need to face and be like, wait a minute, no, the scripture's telling me I got to give my 10%. The scripture's telling me that I need to come into the storehouse. I need to give cheerfully. I need to give joyfully. I need to sow. I need to make sure that the church, that the building, the church, the sanctuary is always taken care of. God's kingdom is always taken care of. Why? Because those are things are taught to you, but you got to face it. You got to face it. You got to face it. And that's what sometimes I wonder, why do people struggle with giving tithes? Why do they struggle with giving offering and the seed? Why? Because that's a shadow. That's a shadow that they need to face and say, you know what? I'm going to face this. I'm going to give anyway because I know the principle of giving, right? So we have to face some shadows. Face those things that keep lurking over your shoulders. That's lurking over your shoulders. Face them, those shadows. If you have to cut the shadow, cut it. Just don't go outside. Just don't go outside when there's shade. Cut the shadow. If you got to cut those negative things that you're thinking, cut it. If you have to cut those principles that you know were wrong because you're getting teaching that's telling you those principles are wrong, cut it. Cut it. You just gotta cut it. If you have to keep all the lights on so that there's no shade, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Stop running from your shadow. Face the shadow. Do what you have to do so you won't be running from the shadow anymore. Can I get an amen, somebody? Do what you have to do so you wouldn't have to keep running from those shadows anymore. Face it. Face it. Face you. Face that thing that's in there that's trying to creep up, that's trying to suffocate. Face it. Face the shadow so that we can, because our whole task and our whole goal is to be better believers, right? Better believers of Christ. So when people look at it like, man, you ever look at somebody and be like, man, thank you, Prophet Buddy. Hey, man, thank you, Sister Glover. You look and you're like, thank you, Prophet Guy. Like, that's a real Christian. You ever look at people like, wow, that's a real Christian, man. That person is like, wow. Well, what they show you, you're like, wow. And you feel it. You feel people are genuine, Prophet Sharice. You feel people are really sincere. Why? Because they're facing their shadows, Brother Perry. And they're saying, you know what? Nope, I'm going to have to fight this. I'm going to have to fight this because I'm not going to let nothing. My whole thing is I'm not going to let nothing or no one hinder me from making it to heaven. So in order to do that, you have to face those shadows. Amen. That's all I have for you today. I took up more time than I intended to. Y'all be holding me over here, Prophet Sharice, right? But hey, oh, my new blog is up, www.hellomarcelsampson.com. Go and read it. It will bless your spirit. And go ahead. Don't forget, make sure you comment on it, share it on your Facebook page, share it on your YouTube page, cut and share it with a friend. Be like, hey, read this. You might need this today. It might help you out today just a little bit, right? So, hey, don't forget, stop running from your shadow. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for you people. Thank you for keeping them, Lord. Thank you, mighty Savior, that they will stop running from their shadow. Let them face it. Face those things that are laying dormant, that are lurking over them, that are just watching them, whether it be to try to make them do bad. Let them face those shadows, God. I thank you that you will keep them. Continue to bless them indeed. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, thank you all so much. Don't forget, www.hellomarcelsampson.com. Go read the blog, and I will see you here again next week. Love you. Mwah. Bye now.
Bye.